You know what's crazy, man? They ain't believing us, man. Nah, it really breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart to know that there's people out there that don't believe in us, man. It's crazy. Brentford nil, Liverpool 2. Darwin Nunez saves the day. What more can I say? Listen, man, let me get 300 likes on the video right this second, right now. Let me get 300 likes on the video. Smash the like button if you're here and watching this, man. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're 2 subscribers away from 14,700 subscribers. We're on the way to 15K. Let's make it happen. Now, and by the way, there's a reason I left this video to a little bit later. I recorded it a little bit later because, yes, the Arsenal game has already happened. Arsenal have indeed dropped points to Aston Villa at home. Well, so I thought I'd kind of integrate that into this video, and knock down some home truths. I wrote. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, listen, man, shout out to people, shout out to the community. Let's get into the Liverpool game for now. First of all, Liverpool registered, I think, what was it? About 37 to 40 shots against Brentford, over 4 XG. And it took us to the 91st minute to get our first goal. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I feel like a lot of fan bases are gonna, they're gonna downplay the win. They're gonna say we caught life and all of this foolishness. But at the end of the day, we done what we needed to do. Get me my 3 points. Get me my 3 points, all right? I don't want to hear anything else. Honestly, I can't be asked. Honestly. So first of all, I've got a few big ups as well. We got to mention a few names for today. And this is what I mean when I say big performances, big goals mean a lot. Today's goals from Darwin Nunez, and obviously assisted by, Trent, Harvey Elliott being involved. Today's goals were massive because, again, it's all about momentum. And Liverpool, obviously, 2 Premier League games without a win. We lost in the week to Tottenham. And obviously, our only win was against Accrington Stanley within this kind of time period. And I feel like the players, it was starting to look like it was affecting them in terms of, finally putting the ball in the net. I mean, it is a little bit, it is concerning at times, the level of finishing that I'm seeing from the likes of Gakpo, Diaz, and Salah at the moment. It feels like it's, teams are defending deeper. We're having to break down low blocks and we're having to do the most just to get 3 points. But if you want to win the Premier League, that is what you have to do. You got to earn every single point in this league. And I just want to say big up to the midfield and defense, man. Virgil van Dijk was absolutely brilliant. He got done down the right-hand side, recovered. And it's not easy to recover against an Mbuemo who's running with the ball like that, and he recovered. Great tackle. It happened against Wisa where he got the better of Van Dijk, and then who covers him? Gravy Boat, as he does. Another stellar performance from Van Dijk. The ball was coming over his head and he just controlled it and played it back to the keeper. Like that's normal, by the way. Like we didn't see Lewis Hall just lose the ball when the ball's coming over his head a few times. Like we didn't just see, what I'm saying? Genuinely, and that's no slight on Lewis Hall. He's a brilliant player, but that shows the level that it actually takes to bring that ball under pressure. You got a player on your back and to make sure that touch is perfect. We talk about attackers having to control the ball over your shoulder and then having to shoot. Imagine the pressure of defenders having to do that while being pressured as well. So yeah, I just got to give Van Dijk his flowers, man. He is a man mountain. He's an absolute wall for Liverpool Football Club, and he is carrying this defense. I'm gonna have to say shout out Trent today, man. They're not gonna talk about it. It's not gonna be the subject of the week. It's not gonna be the topic to talk about. But Trent was brilliant defensively today. He was good defensively. I think he had 1 lapse of concentration at the start of the game, but from then on, he was excellent. And he plays a part to get the goal as well. Game changer. Game changer, Trent Alexander-Arnold. But it's not fashionable until he makes another mistake. So, what can we say? Trent, keep going about your business, bro. Keep going about your business and keep doing what you do. Absolutely brilliant today. Now, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, midfield was very good today. The midfield was very good today. Gravenberch cleaning up the business, getting into the pockets, getting on the half turn. McAllister with those fancy round the corner passes, breaking the lines as he does, covering the ground. I mean, the ref, by the way, the ref couldn't wait to get his cards out of his pocket, but it is what it is. And of course, Szoboszlai for me, finally shooting, man. Someone tell me how many shots he let off. This is what we need to see. Shoot, shoot, shoot. You have very good shooting ability, very good ball striking, absolutely crash the bar. Dragging a few of the shots, but the more you shoot, the more he'll get back to shooting the way, his whole compilations are bangers. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that I'm happy to see that. What I would say is that today, if I'm being honest, there was a slight issue, obviously, breaking down Brentford. I feel like we missed sitters today. I think the onus is going to be on Salah and how he wasn't good again and how he was crap. My hot take, I don't think Salah was that bad today. I think his take-ons were woeful. But in terms of his passing and his chance creation, not at all. Should have walked away with at least 2 assists. Minimum 2 assists today. Minimum. But people aren't going to talk about that. The thing is about Salah that's interesting to me is that, they say without the GA, he does absolutely nothing. But when he creates chances and doesn't score, because he didn't score, he had a stinker. So, yeah, interesting to me whichever way you want to put it. Listen, he's not playing at his best. It's his shooting that's letting him down. His decision-making in terms of his take-on rate is letting him down at the moment. But at the end of the day, we got the win today, and that's all that matters. And I feel like when Salah, he's dropped form for 3 or 4 games now, and that's fine. People are going to overdo it, call him crap. He's obviously going to go from the world's best player to be in the scrub in a month. Not even a month, in a couple of weeks, because that's how football is these days. That's how fickle it is. But it is what it is, man. Liverpool fans, ignore that Salah slander, and we keep it stepping. Especially we want to talk about a player like Szoboszlai for me, who industrially was brilliant today. Every second ball, every duel, you know what I'm saying? He was there. He made himself credible. He was driving at players. He was a bit more progressive than he usually is today. My only onus with him is, again, his decision making in and around the box. Feel like he needed to be a bit better. In terms of just knowing when to pass and knowing when to shoot. And I also think when he's receiving the ball on the edge of that box, to be a bit more inventive. And I think that's why players like Harvey excel in those tighter areas more than Szoboszlai. But that's fine. That's why for me, if Szoboszlai's playing in the 10, I'm not here for it. But if he's playing as an 8, I don't mind it. But nonetheless, it was a good performance from him. For me, I feel like if we expect creativity from him, I think that's where you're going to be disappointed. But everything else in terms of the running and the durability, that's fine. I'm happy to know what he is and what he provides in that sense. But again, he's improving game by game. I've got no issues. Shut me up. Players need to shut me up, and that's the thing for me. Another player that shut me up is Darwin Nunez. Now, listen, everyone has their opinions on Darwin Nunez. It's now been a wider thing that Darwin Nunez isn't good enough for the club. But today, he proved that he can get his goals and he can pop up in moments in the right place at the right time. And there wasn't a striker today in many of the positions. Trent delivering crosses in, Tsimikas delivering crosses in. Even though the finishing was bad today, and I feel like we should have been 2-3-0 up by the 60th minute minimum. At the end of the day, we needed a striker in certain positions that weren't being taken up. And what did Darwin Nunez do? Take up the right positions. Now, does that mean he starts next game automatically? Debatable. But listen, we give him his flowers for today. These were 2 massive goals. It puts us 6 points clear with a game in hand. It puts us on 30 goal difference. We have Ipswich at home, which again can help us build the momentum should we get that result, and we should be getting that result. That's a game we should be winning. Now, these are the things that those 2 goals are massive. It gives us the confidence to keep moving forward. If we drew this game, this would have been damning for the morale. How about this? Arsenal might not even draw to Villa in that stead. But now we've gained 2 points. We've made up for the blunder of the midweek, and now we go again. Listen, this team is onto something. We just need 1 or 2 additions maybe in January. And because, fitness can be a thing. Arsenal have lost Saliba. We don't know how long for. But it's brilliant. Liverpool have had two good performances in our last two games. We just didn't get the result we wanted in the Nottingham Forest game. So that's why I wasn't too concerned. Don't get me wrong. It's very concerning watching the game and not being able to score till so late. But Liverpool deserved to win that game. It was domination in the location with a little bit of penetration. You know what I'm saying, against Brentford. And that's my opinion on it, to be fair. I think Diaz and Gakpo have dropped off and their decision making in front of the goal does need to improve. But I'm just so impressed with the midfield and the defense and the goalkeeper. For me, I'm just really glad we went back to keeping a clean sheet and becoming defensively resolute. Konate was better. Tsimikas was the right change to make. And let's talk about the substitutions. Let's talk about the substitutions. You know what I'm saying? Harvey Elliott. Now, Harvey didn't get any minutes against Spurs and Curtis played the 90 minutes. I said, what's going on? He didn't get any minutes when he was chasing the game against Nottingham Forest. I said, what's going on? All right, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I said, what's going on? All right. I said, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? He comes on today and he plays a part in both the goals. Harvey Elliott, Arnie Slot, if you're listening to me, brother, make sure this kid is getting minutes. He has got something special. His whole gimmick was changing the game last season. How can you ignore that, Gaffer? Don't get me wrong. Brilliant subs. Again, saving us the game with your substitutions, Gaffer. But you have to have played Harvey Elliott in those last two games. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be in this situation. I think we'd be 10 points clear, in my opinion. But it's fine. We're here. We won the game. I'm going to be happy. And hopefully this is an eye-opener to go forward. Better late than never, I say. My man of the match, for me, probably going to be Virgil van Dijk. Shout out Soberslide. Shout out McAllister. Shout out Gravy Boat. In fact, I'm going to give the man of the match to Nunez just for winning the game. Forget it. Now I'm saying, Darwin Nunez, thank you very much. You've done your thing. Build on that. Build on that. Prove us wrong and build on that. Listen, man. And as for Arsenal, yeah, I know some of you Arsenal fans are watching this. Beware. Beware. Stop watching man's fixtures and focus on yourselves. Every time it's like where Liverpool can drop points here, Liverpool can drop points there. You, man, have capitalized once in the 7 times you've dropped points. You fools. Or the 5 to 6 times you've dropped points. You fools. You fools. You scrubs. Yeah? Yeah? Okay? Usually when we talk about dropping points, it's because you're going to keep winning. And once again, you lot have failed to put a 3-win streak together. Once again. We'll be talking. Anyway, you never walk alone. Smash the like button if you made it this far. You know, make sure you are subscribing to the channel as well. Shout out to people them. Shout out to people them in the chat every time. Let me know who your man of the match was in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Darwin Nunez and his 2 finishes. Let me know your thoughts on Mo Salah. And listen, man, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. And we'll see you soon, man.